How's it going, everybody? So, welcome back to my channel again. Today's pretty bright out, so we're in some shades. Today's topic is going to be about why, especially on my path, I have chosen not to do anything with the savior side of things, and why I would probably be more aptly described to be someone who's a mirror. And even the mirror idea gets tossed around a little bit here and there. One of the big reasons why I started to adjust how I lived my life, even if it was only subtly in aspects of being a savior, was the idea that the savior role is seductive to so many people. So many of us have great intentions of, maybe we experienced some struggle in our life. We finally got ourselves through it, and now we want to help others. And while that's fine, and like you will hear me say so much on this channel, any fractal of experience and any choice path that you make, they're all valid, absolutely all valid. And so this talk is more for those that will resonate with what I'm speaking on and the benefits I have found for myself. The savior path assumes that you have all the answers and everyone is less. I know that many times throughout my life, if people had kind of walked up and treated myself or my experience as though they had all the answers and that what I was doing was just wrong, I wouldn't have even remotely come close to listening to them, even if everything they had to say would have been valid. It just wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have been something I was doing. And the big point of that is because of the fact that we're all just living our journey. We're all just experiencing life in the way that we feel is how we want to do it, whether it's best, better, none, just anything. And so we're all accruing some version of an experience. We're the total, accumulation of that experience, and how we guide ourselves and maybe even others, our children, throughout life is going to be from that total. And so what I have chosen to do, why it falls more in a mirror aspect, is I don't try to save anybody from anything at all, and whatever anyone is doing, I believe is absolutely valid. Whether anyone wants to argue the right and wrongness of it, and that polarity that can be so easy to get lost in, really doesn't matter to me. There are plenty of people who, take people who've become felons. There's a system in the United States that tries to rehabilitate them, even if it's not so well done. And there's other countries that have even arguably done a better job. Later in that being's life, if they had been a felon at some point, there's plenty who go on to live fruitful lives, being a benefit to themselves and others. And so I won't ever sit and argue with anyone on the right and wrong of any decision. So many people aren't going to completely understand what people have been through and what got them to where they're going and why they're choosing to live that path. And so all experiences are valid, and I've said that before. And so within this thought, I choose to be what I feel like my total sum of experience has been a benefit for me. But rather than trying to find everybody that I could possibly save with this knowledge, I embody it. And that's where the mirroring aspect would come in. I choose to be who I am, and I wear the clothes that I want to wear. I act the way I want to act. I treat people, personally, I treat people kindly and lovingly, and show them a lot of grace, even though I wasn't raised in that way in any kind of manner. It's just what I choose. And so that is who and how I walk. You know, if others want to mirror that, beautiful. If they don't, no worries. You know, the sun shines and flowers rise. You know, it matters not if it's cloudy. It matters not if there's things blocking it. And the sun just is. You know, it's just being itself. And what comes from that comes from that. And so that's kind of the idea on how I live. If people see a benefit in the way that I'm living my life, or they think I would like to embody some of those, or mimic or parrot or emulate some of those ideas, great, beautiful. You know, I also know and believe that the world exists based on frequency, and you know what and who you are, you know, will be what you end up seeing out in the world. And so we're essentially all creating our own heaven at any given moment, depending on how we choose to live life. And everybody's heaven is going to look different than somebody else's. And so, you know, there's a poetic beauty in that, and I love that. And so that is today's message. And yeah, so being the mirror, you know, being just in an embodied frequency, and if people like it, they'll do something with it, and if they don't, well, it is shown them beautifully, even if it's something they despise, how they don't want their heaven to look, or how they don't want their life to look. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I love the beauty in that. And so that's what I choose. And throughout this channel, this is kind of what I express and embody and talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed the message. Like and subscribe if you like my videos, and I will see you on the next one.